What's happening? It's your homeboy First, back again with the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something, but today we focusing on being informative because we going back to looking at who's to go in terms of quarterbacks. On the previous episode of this shit, we took a look at Sammy Baugh, which is somebody that I didn't even really know anything about until I started this goddamn project. Again, for those of y'all that didn't see the goddamn first episode, you need to go back and check that out. Before I forget, if you haven't, you need to go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You need to go ahead and follow me across all my social media pages, on Twitter at @first_realist, on Instagram, that's at @first_realist_100, on Facebook, that's first letter. And like I said, of course, subscribe to us on YouTube, because I'm gonna keep hitting you with shit. Right now, we're in the drought. We're in the sports drought. The coronavirus sports drought of 2020. So here at IG Entertainment, we're gonna try to feed you, gonna try to give you shit, try to get you through the drought, bro. You know, tonight it's a perfect time to kind of go back and be nostalgic. It's a perfect time to kind of get your sports historian on and go back and look at some of the old shit, since we ain't got no recent shit right now. And, you know, for good reason. People need to be safe out here. But again, we trying to figure out who's the goddamn GOAT. Of course, this is an argument that happens all the time in basketball, but in football as well, man, especially at the quarterback position. And like I said, last time we looked at Sammy Baugh. If you didn't see that one, go back and check that one out. But what I try to do is go in depth and try to give a full picture of what a quarterback did, who the quarterback had around him in terms of offensive weaponry, in terms of the defense, in terms of the coach. Try to give you a full picture of who the quarterback was instead of just going off Super Bowls, which it seems like that's what everybody goes off of when they crown Tom Brady. Like I told y'all previously, when I'm done with this project, if it seems like to me that Tom is truly the GOAT, shit, I will say that right here in front of this camera. But I just want to lay it all out there for y'all, you know, help you make your own decision. So today, I'm looking at Otto Graham. Otto Graham, who played 10 seasons in the league, all with the Cleveland Browns. He played from 1946 to 1955. Now, there's a special note. Graham first played in the All-American Football Conference, the AAFC, from 1946 to 1949. So his first 4 seasons weren't in the NFL. Then he followed it up, of course, in the NFL once they did the merge and everything like that. But his first 3 years, they had 14-game seasons, and then the rest of the way were 12-game seasons. So that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like when you get to looking at this record book, because I know Tom and Drew Brees, they breaking records left and right now. A lot of the guys, especially with these rule changes, gonna be breaking a lot of records right now. But when you're looking at that record book, you gotta take little subtleties like this into account. Like once upon a time, they didn't even play a 16-game season. And like now, if you pay attention to sports, you know, with the current collective bargaining agreement that they just did in the NFL, you know, now they finna go to 17 games. So that's gonna alter the record book as well. So we gotta take all that shit into account. This motherfucker Otto Graham got 7 ships. He got 7 of them motherfuckers. Like Brady got 6, and everybody like, oh, you go undown in the woo. This son bitch got 7. But seem like folks don't like to give cats from back in the day credit because they weren't Super Bowl rings. But you gotta remember, they didn't play a fucking Super Bowl until the 1960s. This man's career was over by 1955. Like they didn't even call the NFL championship a Super Bowl until like 67 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but a ship is a ship. This man got 7 ships. He got 10 championship game appearances. Tom got 9. So if we just go by titles, shit, is this man the GOAT? That's what I'm saying. We gotta look at this shit in an in-depth manner. Now, one of the things that I noticed from my studies on this man, Otto Graham, I saw that they really only had a title game. Like, it wasn't really a playoff. Other than these years, in 1949 they had a 2-game playoff. 1950 they had a 2-game playoff, and then in 1952 they had a 2-game playoff. Where Cleveland had a bye, his team had a bye, and it seems like Detroit and the Rams had to play for the division crown. And the Lions ended up winning it all. So the playoff format was different, and like now we're about to see the playoff format change again. Like they add another round. If you're the 2 seed, you're not about to get a bye. So the game evolves. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You got to look at all this shit. But getting back to Otto Graham, his playoff record was 9-3. Got it. That's excellent. Playoff passing yards, 2,101 yards. Playoff passing yards per game, 175. Not much, but again, it's a different world back then. Playoff touchdowns, 14. Playoff interceptions, 17. So he's underwater on that. Playoff passer rating, 67.4. Regular season record, stellar, 57-13-1 over a 10-year career. That's pretty goddamn good. Regular season passing touchdowns, 174 touchdowns. And at the time of his retirement, he was second. You know what I'm saying? Again, as I said on the previous one, you gotta judge these people, and not only in football, this goes for basketball, but whatever. Judge these folks by how they performed during their era. And for his era at retirement, he retired with the second most touchdown. Now he's 63rd. Regular season INTs, unfortunately for him, he was also second in that with 135 INTs. He's now 76. Passing yards, he had 23,584, and that put him at number 1 when he retired. You know, so for his time, shit, motherfucker probably was saying shit, Otto Graham slinging that bitch, you know what I'm talking about? Now he's 87. Regular season passing yards per game, 187.2. That's unimpressive by our standards, of course, but again, different world. Rushing yards as a quarterback, 882 yards. That don't sound like shit when you got Lamar around here doing what he doing. He had a rat and a yield, you know what I'm saying? But again, different world. 44 touchdowns on the ground. Regular season passing rating, 86.6. MVPs, got 3 of them. All right, so out of a 10-year career, he got 3 MVPs, and of course, he's in the Hall of Fame. Now, this is one of the things I really like to look at. If you watch the previous episode, it's one of the things I was trying to bring up when I called in to the Odd Couple show featuring Chris Broussard and Rob Park, and I was trying to let them know about how Brady has had top 10 scoring defenses damn near his whole career. Like, nobody wants to talk about that. So I really like to look at, okay, what was going on the other side of the ball with these quarterbacks. So in terms of top 10 scoring defenses for Otto Graham, special note, there were only 8 teams in the AAFC. So and then it was like 4 or 5 more once the leagues merged. So I couldn't really look at it like as a top 10 defense. So what I did was I tried to look at just what were his best defenses. And the motherfucker had some great defenses. Out of his 10 seasons as a quarterback, the man had the number 1 defense 8 times. He played 10 seasons. He had the number 1 defense 8 times. In the other 2 years, he had the number 2 defense. So it seemed like by the yards, by the winning, and all that shit, seemed like Otto Graham was a solid quarterback. All right, solid winner. That motherfucker had some defenses on his ass. You know, it's 3 phases of the game, of course, right? Offense, defense, special team. Motherfucker had goddamn defense for your ass. Top rushing offense. Again, not that many teams. So what I did was in the AAFC, I just looked at, okay, when was his rushing offense in the top half of the league? And also when the leagues merged, I tried to look at, okay, how many times was his rushing offense top 5? So going by that criteria, out of his 10 seasons, 7 times he had a solid running game. All right, so he had support in the running game. He had good defenses. Can't beat that. A lot of help. His coach was Paul Brown, and yes, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. I've heard a lot of stuff about him. You hear these commentators talking about old school football. He's one of the names that come to mind. Notable offensive teammates. He had some Hall of Famers with him on that side of the ball. A guy by the name of Bill Willis. He was a Hall of Fame guard and a defensive lineman. You had a lot of guys going both ways back then. And this guy, shout out to him and his family. Because this man helped permanently integrate the league. You know what I'm saying? That's big, of course. And they say this was a year before Jackie Robinson did it. A lot of folks don't talk about that. And I want to do more research about why that is. Why these guys that broke through in football didn't get the kind of shine that Jackie got for integrating things. He also had a Hall of Fame center named Frank Gatsky. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Had a Hall of Fame fullback, Marion Motley. He also helped integrate the league just like Bill Willis did. This guy went on to become the all-time leading rusher for the AAFC. So from what I researched, this was a bad motherfucker right here, Marion Motley. He had Hall of Fame end, Dante Lavelli, great pass catcher. They talked about like the motherfucker had glue on his hand, like he would catch every goddamn thing. And he had Lou Groza, Hall of Fame offensive tackle and kicker. Now, you've heard, if you love ball, you love football, you've heard Lou Groza before because the award for the best college football kicker is named after this dude, Lou Groza. But I didn't know he was also an offensive tackle. Like, he made numerous Pro Bowls as a tackle. You feel me? He just also happened to be a hell of a kicker. Good enough that they named the goddamn award after him. So, you got a Hall of Fame kicker. I told you basically, his whole career, he had either the #1 or #2 scoring defense in the league. And he, out of the 10 years, he had 7 of those years had a top flight rushing offense. Otto Graham had a lot of shit around him. So, solid resume. No, I ain't taking nothing from him. Like I said, 7 ships, whole career, he went to the title game. You can't fuck with that, but it was a total team effort. And like I said before, football is a total, it's the ultimate team game. And with this project, I just want folks to really look at that. It's like motherfuckers like to talk about the quarterback in football like you do the superstar NBA player, and you just can't do that because the NBA player can affect the game on both sides of the ball. And NFL guys, they just can't do that. Quarterbacks specifically, unless you playing both ways and you on some Deion Sanders type shit. But we don't know Deion for his receiving like that for real. You know Deion for being a shutdown corner and being one of, if not the GOAT, kick returner. But at the quarterback position, yes, it's the most important position, but it's a total team game. So again, I'm trying to fill in those blanks and give y'all the full resume to help you make your own decision. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. Follow across all social media. Keep fucking with us. Put it on something realest, most entertaining, and also most informative sports show in the game. One. Go.
Subscribe to our daddy's YouTube channel. He's the best. Hit the like button, turn on the notifications.